What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, and I'm back at y'all with another one. So, Netflix. They in the entertainment business when it comes to the sport of boxing. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Netflix is reportedly offering $500 million. Y'all heard me. $500 million for YouTube sensation turned professional boxer Jake Paul to fight first ballot Hall of Famer, 4-division champion, 2-time undisputed super middleweight, and soon to be reigning, should I say, WBC super middleweight world champion, first ballot Hall of Famer, Saul Canelo Alvarez. $500 million is the offer on the table. $300 million to Jake Paul, $200 million to Canelo Alvarez. Say it again. $300 million to Jake Paul, as you see there, and $200 million to Canelo Alvarez. Because Netflix, their platform is so big, they understand that it's an entertainment fight, right? And they understand people going to tune in because Jake Paul has such a massive following. Jake Paul gets so much attention. He's not a real boxer, but the fact that he is a real boxer, let me take that back. He's a novice in the sport of boxing. But because people are intrigued, they're intrigued to see Jake Paul pretty much what people deem to walk off the streets and compete with an actual boxer and take the risk. It's like a stunt, right? It's like a stunt. It's like Evel Knievel. I might be outdating y'all, but that's what it's like. It's like Evel Knievel, right? When Evel Knievel was jumping the Grand Canyon and doing all these ridiculous stunts to get attention, there was no social media. If there was social media when Evel Knievel was doing what he was doing, for the youth and for the young people that don't know, Google Evel Knievel and the stunts he was doing, right? If Evel Knievel was in this era with social media, Evel Knievel would be probably one of the biggest entertainers in all entertainment. That's acting, that's movies, that's whatever you want to. He would be huge because the risk, right, of him possibly unaliving himself. And that's what's happening with Jake Paul, right? The risk of Jake Paul possibly getting brutally knocked out in front of his fans. It's like you watch these social media people, right, that go out and they do these pranks and they get so many views, right? Don't matter what kind of prank it is, but the more riskier the prank, the more views they get, because people like negativity. They're drawn to it. They want to see people get unalived and hurt, and so it goes viral. So Jake Paul getting in the ring with a real boxer like Canelo Alvarez and risking his health, it's entertainment. It's gonna go viral. See, Anthony Joshua, he held back. You can clearly see it. Heavyweight. It was like, Anthony Joshua's name don't carry the weight Canelo's. And he's a superstar, don't get me wrong. But his name don't carry the weight that Canelo Alvarez's name carries. So you put Canelo Alvarez in the ring, Canelo Alvarez's reputation, he ain't risking his reputation for Jake Paul. No, sir. Canelo Alvarez is going to look to seriously hurt Jake Paul. And Canelo Alvarez's skill set is completely different from that of Anthony Joshua. That's why he wants to take the risk with. He wanted to do with the Tank Davis fight, right? This is all pranks. It's all stunts, right? To see, man, how's Jake Paul physically going to hold up against a real boxer? That's what this is. So Netflix is in the entertainment business, and they feel like it's worth the bang for their buck. They're going to get a return on their investment. So they're going to pay, right? Jake Paul has unlocked a whole different dimension in entertainment right now. And so they're willing to give up $500 million for Canelo Alvarez to fight Jake Paul. This is what boxing has come to. Right? You think about this, right? You can't do this in no other sport. Imagine in the NFL, they like, hey man, if you give this dude, Jake Paul, an opportunity to play for the Dallas Cowboys in a real game, we'll pay you. Imagine that. It just sounds diabolical, right? Or the NBA, like, hey man, if you allow Jake Paul to play an NBA game, the ratings will go through the roof. But they have more respect for their sport. They're not gonna let nobody make a mockery and a spectacle of their sport, right? Because they believe in legacy, right? They believe in structure. It's still entertainment. They're gonna get a lot of views. But imagine that. Imagine you like, man, let Jake Paul play wide receiver with Patrick Mahomes for a game. Yeah, the ratings will go through the roof, 1,000%. The NFL will have none of that mockery, and the players will have none of that mockery. You will not make a mockery of their sport. Imagine the NBA saying, man, just let Jake Paul play, one game with the Los Angeles Lakers or the New York Knicks. The ratings again will go through the roof, right? But they ain't gonna allow you to make a mockery of their sport. They have a limit to their to what they want to do for money. They have a limitation. They have pride. The sport of boxing, it don't have pride. It's a poor man's sport, and if you got $1, dangle $1 in front of the fighters, they'll do it. Now it's generational, life-changing money for sure. Remember when Terrell Owens planted the football in the middle of the Dallas Cowboys Stadium on their logo? Players was having none of it. They ran there and slammed them, suplexed them. They was having none of it. They was gonna have none of it. Right? Because it's about pride, a dignity, morals. Boxing don't have none of that, man. It don't have none of that. They won't fight each other, real fights, but they'll do a Jake Paul fight. So let's see how this unfolds and plays out, man. Canelo initially agreed, is what Jake Paul is saying. He got a fight coming up against Christian and Billy in September, and people talking about they're complaining about Dana White and His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh and Zoo for boxing. It's nasty work, bro. Let me know what y'all think though, man. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, or one word, I'm gone. Peace.